Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me? And no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I am friends with the IRS.
If you enjoy real courtroom drama with a mix of bizarre twists and bold personalities, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Truly supports the channel and helps us keep bringing you content like this. Now, let's jump right into today's wild court case. We've got a seriously unexpected hearing on our hands. In the spotlight is a woman making headlines for all the wrong reasons. She's been dragged into court after failing to pay over $2,000 in outstanding court-related fees, but instead of addressing the issue, she flips the script entirely, claiming she's not a legal citizen and insisting that divine law outranks the laws of the land. Yes, you heard that right. Despite being accused of shoplifting and a list of other questionable actions, she's standing firm on her claim that only God's law applies to her. The whole situation unfolds like a courtroom soap opera, and you honestly won't believe some of the things she says in her defense. This even more captivating is the judge's demeanor. He's calm, composed, and slightly amused, almost like he's seen it all before. He doesn't overreact, but still delivers a firm response to her outrageous arguments. Watching how he maintains control while clearly processing her wild claims adds a layer of humor to the entire exchange. Eventually, the judge hands down a fair and measured sentence, one that reflects both the legal facts and the disruptive behavior displayed. And frankly, it's hard to argue with the outcome. Her entire approach to the hearing was completely detached from reality. Still, it's fascinating to see how the court system deals with these kinds of sovereign citizen-style defenses. Big thanks to Court Nerds for capturing this gem of a courtroom moment. We'll be reacting to it throughout. Jump in with some thoughts as things get crazier, so let's not waste any more time. Buckle up and let's dive into this unpredictable courtroom showdown, where the law, logic, and one defendant's alternate reality collide in dramatic fashion.
We're asking that Ms. Lott is incarcerated until the $2,755.40 is paid, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I am asking for attorney fees for today, Your Honor, and even me having to file this motion and continue to, I guess, seek attorney fees from Ms. Lott, Your Honor.
What are you asking for today?
Your Honor, for today, Your Honor, I'm asking for $1,500, Your Honor. And I can provide my affidavit to the court, Your Honor. We had to communicate with the court, Your Honor. I've been practicing law since 2008, Your Honor. I've been in good standing since that time. Your Honor, I charge my client a flat fee of the $1,500 just to try to see, just so we can file this motion for incarceration.
All right, Ms. Lott, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm the evidence you're about to present in the matter and hearing should be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Your Honor, are you judging me?
If you want to call it that, but I assume you want to testify on your own behalf.
Yes, I do. And if the attorney is not going to be sworn in, that is a conflict of interest. And I have filed motions. I filed a quo warranto because I have searched for law licenses and I have not found any. There's been no true judges since 1789. And the United States filed a Chapter 11 in 1933, which lost their sovereignty as a government. So I can't even be heard here. I have asked the court to provide me documentation stating that this is an Article 3 court. I have not gotten anything back from the judge with any type of documentation from the Attorney General, from the Secretary of State. You guys have not had permission to try me, and no law is above God's law. So I cannot honor any of your laws. It supersedes every single law that you guys have given me. I have tried to settle this in court. I have filed a fiduciary relationship, 56. I am friends with the IRS. I have attempted to settle with a $20 money order because there is no money with the court, and everything was sent back. So rejection of payment is payment, Your Honor. And my religion strongly prohibits any satanic laws or rituals, and I cannot serve two masters. So either I don't even know what to do here in this matter, because I have asked to be tried in an Article 3 court. This is not a court of equity. God's law trumps all laws made by man. God also says no man should be judged or you will be judged. This is my religion. I have not broken any of God's laws. I have not committed any crimes. I have not harmed my offspring. I am the first lien holder on my child's estate. So there is nothing that I can do for Miss LaFleur, and I will not be paying it because my God told me not to. He gave me the instructions on what to do, and you guys refused it. You guys refused my quo warranto because it wasn't written in the way that you accepted, but I am not under your laws. I am friends with the IRS. I have sent out my documentation. I have my own contract with myself. I don't have a contract with you guys. I have not signed anything, and I am not a 14th Amendment corporate war citizen. I am a natural person. That is what I have to say.
You have any questions for Ms. Lott, Ms. St. Fleur?
Yes, Ms. Lott, were you present in court for the petition for a legitimation with Tariq Crump?
Ms. LaFleur, can you provide me your...
It's St. Fleur. It's St. Fleur. It's not LaFleur. We're gonna quote all of these articles, make sure you get my name right. It's St. Fleur.
St. Fleur?
It's St. Fleur. Well, just were you in court? I mean, I'm not sure if any of the articles could tell me, but were you in court?
Questions. I have no further answers for any of your questions. I said what I said. This law does not trump God's law. I'm under God's law.
The whole string of words that, honestly, didn't add up to much. Watching her go on and on without making a clear point, it's surprising how the judge kept such a calm expression throughout. Maybe it's his years of experience that keep him composed, or maybe he's just quietly trying to figure out what planet she's operating from. Either way, the level of detachment from reality in her statements is genuinely puzzling. Now, I can see where some of the sovereign citizen logic might sound appealing to people who don't trust the system. The idea of resisting government control isn't new, and many folks sympathize with wanting more personal freedom. But here's the issue. She's not some innocent person wrongly accused. She's in this courtroom because she's facing actual charges, shoplifting among them, and she hasn't paid court-ordered fines that total over $2,000. Trying to dodge accountability by citing God's law doesn't really fly when you've broken laws that are clearly established and enforced. Her whole defense falls apart. The second you remember, this isn't about political theory, it's about real actions and real consequences. If she were wrongly accused, maybe the argument would hold more weight. But that's not what's happening here. From everything we're seeing, it seems like she genuinely believes in what she's saying, or at least wants the court to believe she does. It's hard to tell whether she's truly convinced of this alternate legal philosophy, or if she's just putting on a show to avoid the consequences. Either way, the end result is the same. Her argument doesn't hold up. Under even the slightest scrutiny, you can see right through her reasoning. It's not even that the logic is flawed, it's that it's completely detached from the circumstances of the case. Whether she's mentally unwell or simply playing a role is hard to say. Let us know in the comments what you think. Is she really convinced of this stuff, or is it all an act? Honestly, based on this virtual court appearance alone, it seems clear that she needs a serious psychological evaluation. Her mindset doesn't align with reality in any way, and that could pose a risk both to herself and others. It's baffling how the judge has remained so silent through all this. But maybe that's just courtroom strategy. Let her talk herself into a corner in today's world. With constant media influence and the rise of online echo chambers, cases like this are becoming more common. People develop victim mentalities, adopt fringe ideologies, and enter courtrooms expecting their personal beliefs to overrule legal standards. But at the end of the day, if you commit a crime, there are consequences. It's not about ideology, it's about accountability. Now let's roll into the next part of this hearing, where the judge finally steps in and delivers a firm no-nonsense, a sentence that shuts down her antics completely. This moment is worth watching. So let's dive into it.
Saying you had 10 days to pay this $2,755.40. Do you have any proof that any payment was made?
I have the proof here, and this was sent back to me. This is the money order that I sent to the court.
That's that $20 thing you said?
Yes, it is. That is the settlement that is written in your laws. I did send the thing. They sent it back, and refusal of payment is payment, so I will handle it with the IRS from here.
Well, $20 doesn't doesn't equal 2,755.40.
Or any court fees cannot supersede to $20, and that is what I paid as a natural person. I don't know about any U.S. citizen. I'm not a U.S. citizen. I'm a natural person and a private American. I've not committed any crimes under God's law. I have not stolen. I have not bear false witnesses. I have not killed anyone. I have not dishonored my mother and my father, and I have not put any man before God, and I will not put any of you guys before God either.
Fine. All right, Ms. Lott, I'm going to find you in contempt of court for failure to pay the $2,755.40, order you incarcerated, that is jailed, until you've paid the money.
I will be taking it up with the IRS, and I will be filing liens because you guys do not have liens over myself, my estate, or my child. So
You'll take it up with the sheriff first.
Oh, I will not, because the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction.
Turn yourself in, or the sheriff will come out and arrest you.
Jurisdiction over me, and the sheriff does not have any jurisdiction over
That's
me.
fine. Once you're released, I'll give you 90 days to pay an additional $1,500 for attorney's fees incurred by the plaintiff for today's proceeding. And I'll ask Ms. St. Fleur to submit the order.
Will do, Your Honor.
And include in that, the sheriff will notify the court when Ms. Lott has been arrested.
Can you guys provide me with evidence that you are Article 3 court and not a military court?
And we'll send you a copy of the order.
It's hard to make sense of her approach in this hearing. It really seems like she came in expecting to act erratic, speak in circles, and somehow dodge consequences if putting on an eccentric show would earn her a free pass. But that strategy completely crumbled under pressure. From the outside, it's clear her state of mind wasn't grounded in reality, and the outcome reflects that. The 6-month sentence she received wasn't harsh for no reason. It was a direct result of repeated offenses and blatant refusal to take responsibility, with $2,000 in unpaid court costs. Combined with a history that includes shoplifting, this wasn't a random punishment. She walked into court unwilling to cooperate or explain herself clearly, and the court responded accordingly. Frustrating here is the sense of entitlement she carried, portraying herself as a victim of the system while ignoring the fact that her own actions brought her here. This kind of blame everyone else mindset is becoming more common, and it's deeply concerning. People dig into this victim mentality and use it as a shield from accountability, even when the facts show otherwise. Now, credit where credit is due. Judge handled this entire situation with a level of professionalism that deserves recognition. He didn't let her chaotic statements throw him off. He stayed grounded, relied on the facts, and didn't let emotion cloud his judgment. That kind of restraint is what you want to see in a courtroom. Steady, focused, and unwavering in the face of nonsense. The truth is, she could have chosen a different path. Had she approached the situation with honesty and a willingness to face the consequences, the Judge Matuve offered leniency. Instead, her stubborn attitude and refusal to follow basic court decorum sealed her fate. A simple fine could have been the end of it, but her defiance turned a small matter into jail time. This case also raises a broader question. Can people with these deeply rooted, self-centered mindsets actually change? Some folks walk into court convinced they're above the law, untouchable, even divine. It's not just arrogance, it's delusion. And sometimes, the only thing that forces a reset is serious consequence. Whether jail time changes her outlook is unclear, but she's headed there with a lot to reflect on. Here's the real takeaway: staying out of trouble is the best way to avoid all this in the first place. If you make mistakes, own them. There's no need to put on a performance or pretend to be something you're not. Personal responsibility matters, and hiding behind false narratives only delays the inevitable. That wraps up my full breakdown of this chaotic but revealing court session. If you found this coverage insightful, a like and subscription would mean a lot. It helps us keep diving into cases like this with honest commentary. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was the sentence fair? Do you think she'll change? And what courtroom story should we cover next? Thanks for watching, and as always, take care out there.